welcome back to my channel. It's Megan and today I have a haul to share with you. Now, as always, I'm going to start the haul with my special edition book box books. So if you don't want any spoilers, because I do have November's most recent books here in this section, go ahead and skip to this time frame in which I'm going over the special edition books I've pre-ordered but weren't necessarily a surprise. I have mostly book box books here. I have a couple, like a small stack of pre-orders, and then I have 2 books I received. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So we will start with our Fairy Loot adult books. I don't remember which order these arrived in other than the most recent one, so I'm just gonna kind of go into it. But first we have Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young. This is a contemporary mystery adult book, I believe. I'm interested to see this kind of genre by Adrienne Young because I do love her other works, so I am excited to get into this one. Next we have Poster Girl by Veronica Roth, another well-known author doing a kind of different genre. Obviously Veronica Roth is known for the Divergent series, so I'm intrigued to see what comes from this book. But we have A Fallen Regime, A Missing Child, A Chance at Freedom. And finally, and most recent, so if you don't want to see what this book is, skip ahead a few minutes. This is the most recent Fairy Loot adult, and that is A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. I believe this is the story of Dracula's wife, if I remember correctly. So I'm super excited. This is perfect for spooky season, and it's a gorgeous edition here with these red sprayed edges and everything going on. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. That's basically what just happened. Sorry. I am clearly unstable, but so is the camera. So it works. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Okay, so next are the Illumicrate books. We have The Book Eaters by Sunya Dean. Once there was a mother who fed on stories and would do anything to survive. Obviously all these books came out during the fall spooky season, so they are all that fall spooky vibe. And knowing me, I'm probably gonna wait till next fall spooky season to read them. So maybe I'll venture, but I just love stocking up on books for spooky season to read. Next we have The Whispering Dark by Kelly Andrew. This one, I don't really know anything about this one, so I'm intrigued by it because I don't know anything about it. Then we have our Fairy Loot young adult here. First one is Twin Crowns by Catherine Doyle and Catherine Weber, the Catherine duo. This one sounds like every YA fantasy in one, and I am so here for it. I can't wait for it. 2 princesses, 1 throne. What could go wrong? So excited. Was one of my most anticipated reads of the year, and I can't believe I haven't read it yet, to be honest. Next we have Belladonna by Adeline Grace. I wasn't a huge fan of All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace, so I am gonna give it another shot with this author, with Belladonna here. So I'm hoping I enjoy it, but it's definitely got that spooky vibe as well. Your Name is No Curse, Little Bird. I just like the taste of it. Ooh, what a quote to choose. Next we have Princess of Souls by Alexandra Christo. This person also wrote, oh gosh, I have another of their books and I cannot remember the title, but I know it's like, it's not The Wicked Deep, but I feel like it's in that vibe. I cannot remember what it is. I will put it here if I remember to check. I'm excited to check this one out because I do think I liked whatever that book was, and I am blanking on what it was, so I apologize. But this says, there are many who believe they can cheat death. When they fail, I take their souls, every single one. I mean, what more could you want, am I right? Someone taking your soul? And then we have One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, and this is I was born with the fever, my blood dark as night is the little tagline there. I don't know anything about this one. Oh, but I do remember that this one was a Rapunzel retelling. I think this author also wrote To Kill a Kingdom, if I remember correctly, because that's a Little Mermaid retelling and this is a Rapunzel retelling. think. I could be lying to you, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But yeah, we also have One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, which I believe is also a retelling. Gothic fantasy romance about a maiden who must unleash the monster within to save her kingdom. Next, we're gonna move on to the BookBox subscription box books that I pre-ordered. So they didn't come in a box. They were like widely known to the public. They're not a spoiler or a surprise or anything. They're just the books I received. First we have from Fairy Loot, The Blood Trader, which is book 3 of the Prison Healer trilogy by Lynette Noni. I've not read the other 2 yet, but I had already collected the first 2, so I was like, I gotta get the 3rd one, you know? Next I have from Fay Crate, From These Dark Depths by Vanessa Rasanen. And this is the sequel to, I think it's On These Dark Shores or something like that. I think that's what it says. These Dark Shores, On These Dark Shores, something along those lines. I am such a bad booktuber right now. I apologize, but I love any type of sea pirate mythological creature type novel, and this is right in that vein, and I'm so excited. Next we have my updated copy of A Deal with the Elf King, and then also A Duel with the Vampire Lord. If you didn't hear, the Duel with the Vampire Lord and the Dance with the Fey Prince were this size, whereas Deal with the Elf King was not the same size, so they reprinted the first book to match the next 2, and I got this one for free, and then the 3rd book. So now we have 3 out of the 4 or 5 books of this series so far. I think there's also something about a duke, and then something, is it Duet with the Siren Duke or something like that? It's like A and then letter or word starting with the letter D with the insert type of creature, type of position. So we have A Deal with the Elf King, A Dance with the Fey Prince, A Duel with the Vampire Lord, and then, yeah, I'm pretty sure the next is A Duet with the Siren Duke. I think that's what it is. So I'm excited. I love Elise. I love Elise Kova. I have never read once an Elise Kova book. I always see Elise Kova's book and want to read all of them, so I'm very intrigued to pick up any of Elise Kova's work because the character art on the covers always draws me in. Like, I really want Air Awakens. And finally, from the pre-orders of BookBox books, I have from Illumicrate the Gideon the Ninth trilogy, although I think there is a 4th book coming out. But we have Gideon the Ninth, Harrow the Ninth, and Nona the Ninth here from Illumicrate, and then here are the sprayed edges on these. I think that this is a really cool set. Next are the books I pre-ordered for myself just from Barnes & Noble. First we have Dark Tides by Kimberly Vale. This is the sequel to Crossbones. I did receive an ARC of this, like a digital ARC, and like the second I read it I knew I had to have it in physical form. This book just increased, like Crossbones was good and then this was even better. I literally had my jaw hanging open at the end because I was not expecting like half the things that happened in this book. So I really loved it. Highly recommend. It's the story of a girl who, or we're actually following multiple perspectives. We're following 3 different pirate captains who are competing for the Bone Crown, and it's just so good. Next we have another Little Mermaid retelling, although we didn't get one before, I was just mentioning it to Kill a Kingdom. We got Prince of Song and Sea by Lindsay Miller, and this is supposed to be like Eric's perspective from The Little Mermaid. However, this time he's been cursed to, like, if he doesn't kiss the maiden who's his true love, then his true love will die or something like that. But it says, do find the isle, do kill the witch, don't kiss the girl. There we have it. Prince Eric story. Next I have, of course, continuing my Star Wars read-along of all the Star Wars books. We have the next one in the series, Path of Deceit by Tessa Gratton and Justina Ireland. I love when Justina Ireland gets in on these works, so super excited about this one. I believe that this is actually part of, there's like the prequel to the Star Wars series, which is the High Republic, but I think that Path of Deceit, this book, is part of the prequel series to the High Republic. So it's the prequel to the High Republic, and then Star Wars, like the original series. So as always, I'm excited to delve into the Star Wars universe. Next I have Lore Olympus Volume 3, the Barnes & Noble edition, of course. And this one, I'm just gonna say it again, I'm excited to read this graphic novel series. If you don't know, this started as a web series on Webtoon, and it is following Persephone and Hades and their story, but I think it's set in like New York City or a big city or something like that. So yeah. Next we have The Jasmine Project. This has actually already been released, but it just got released in paperback, and I prefer my contemporaries and YA novels in paperback, so I pre-ordered it in paperback and grabbed it. This is such a cute story. I highly recommend picking it up. It's following this young girl who her like aunties are trying to set her up on multiple dates, and the romances in it are so cute. Next I have the Sweet Valley Twins graphic novel. I loved the Sweet Valley High books growing up. I have a huge collection of them. Someday I'll bring them up to my apartment here instead of having them at my parents' house, and I will share the collection with you. And I'm gonna finish that collection someday and reread all the books. But of course I had to nab the graphic novel series as well. And speaking of graphic novels, I got the next 3 following Katara, Toph, and Suki of the Avatar graphic novels. It came in this cute little slipcase. So we have Katara and the Pirate's Silver, Toph Beifong's Metal Bending Academy, and Suki Alone. I really loved the Suki Alone graphic novel. It is following her at Burning Rock, the prison, and we also got this really cool poster. Yeah. So that came with it as well, which was super exciting. I just love Avatar: The Last Airbender. And finally are the 2 books I received. First, I won a giveaway on Goodreads for American Mermaid by Julia Langbine. This is an adult contemporary following a what is she? I think she's like a teacher or something, and she writes this novel and it gets like picked up, and there's a lot of feminism rights and like copyright law things, and like owning your own work when it gets bought out by another company for an adaptation, and I'm interested to read it. And finally, I have another copy of Little Women to add to my Little Women collection. This one is from the 1940s, I believe, and it is illustrated. It's so beautiful. It's in great condition for being as old as it is. Let me find the official date on it here. 1947 is when this was published, and then here's the front, and then here's the back. And I just love Little Women. It even has sprayed edges. How cool is that? And then, as I said, there's illustrations inside. So we have illustrations in the book, which is also super cool. So that is my entire haul for the past few months here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you've hauled recently, and I'll check in with you in my next one. Bye, friends!